Missouri Senator Josh Hawley. Senator, let's start with you. Let's get analysis. Why would the FBI director, why would the DHS secretary, why would they not show up and, for the first time in 15 years, and tell the nation whether or not this country is safe and secure, especially in light of known terrorists in the country, cartels in the country, gangs in the country, murderers, rapists, violent criminals in the country? Can you explain that?
Well, it's because they don't want to be accountable, Sean, for their terrible record. Just look at what happened yesterday with the conviction of the killer of Laken Riley. Who let that guy into the country? The answer is Alejandro Mayorkas, at the behest of Joe Biden, of course. And Mayorkas has lied about this time after time after time. He didn't want to show up and have to answer questions about it. Look at Director Wray. What has his FBI done? From the Russia hoax to the wiretapping scandals to trying to put spies into Christian churches. He doesn't want to have to answer questions about any of that. So now they're just not doing it. Now they're just saying, oh, we won't even show up. Sean, this is an outrage. And I just say with Wray, that guy shouldn't be FBI director 1 second longer. He needs to resign right now. President Trump needs to have the opportunity to appoint his successor, and we need to clean house, Sean, from top to bottom. In the FBI, at the DOJ, Homeland Security, we need a total and complete house cleaning.
One of the things that the president is proposing is to root out those people that are in the DOJ that have been weaponized. Everyone kind of understood that Matt Gaetz, smart as hell, no doubt about it. I think he would have been committed to restoring the DOJ and taking away weaponization. Pam Bondi, impeccable credentials, loved by everybody, did a great job as AG. Okay, I think she'll have an easier time definitely being confirmed. Do you agree with that?
I do, and I think Pam Bondi is going to be great. I worked with her when I was the Attorney General of Missouri, and here's what I think we need, Sean. We need a new church committee like we had way back in the 70s that looked into the abuses of the CIA and the IRS. We need one of those now for the Department of Justice and the FBI. We need to open the books on what these agencies have done, how they've gone after Trump, how they've gone after conservatives, how they've gone after religious Americans, people of faith. We need to lay it all bare, and then we need to fire everybody involved, and we need to overhaul DOJ and the FBI, and I think Pam Bondi will be up for that task, and I hope that she will pledge right now to work with Congress to lay it all out. Let the truth be known, to get it all out there, and let's overhaul these agencies.
Do you agree with me? It has to be a big part of the mission. After 4 years of, well, really longer, if you go back to James Comey and FISA abuse and, you know, the double standard when it comes to top secret classified information, the way Donald Trump was treated versus Hillary Clinton, the way Joe Biden was treated, same issue, very different treatment. But do you agree with me that we have to restore constitutional order? Do you agree that we can never have weaponization again? Do you agree with me that the FBI and our intelligence community can no longer be politicized the way it has been, you know, the last 8 years or longer?
I think it's absolutely vital, Sean, and that's why we need a thorough and total accounting of how these agencies have been abused, how they have been turned into political weapons, what they have done against Trump's supporters, against everyday Americans, against church-going Americans. Let's get it all out there. We need to expose all of it. We need to lay it all out there, and then we need to have a top-to-bottom house cleaning. This, I think, is one of the most important things that President Trump can do, Pam Bondi can do, and that, frankly, Congress can do, and I look forward to getting after it.
What do you think? Why were Democrats in Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, so willing to defy a September of this year, a Supreme Court decision in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania as it relates to ballots, and for a ballot to be valid, that it needed the proper dating and proper signature? And then you have local officials deciding to ignore the Supreme Court order and then count ballots that shouldn't be counted anyway. Now, the Supreme Court had to weigh in again. They weighed in the same way they did in September. But we saw that with the student loan forgiveness program. They didn't listen. We saw Harris, Biden, Mayorkas. Isn't it illegal to enter this country if you don't have proper authorization? But didn't they aid and abet in that law breaking? Should they be held accountable for that? Wouldn't they hold Republicans accountable for that?
Absolutely. What you're seeing is a total disregard, Sean, for the rule of law. by the Democrat Party, by the Biden administration for years now. If you will not listen, if it's not advantageous to them, if the law doesn't work for them, they just ignore it. If some institution doesn't work for them, they bulldoze it like the Supreme Court, or they take it over like the FBI. This is why we've got to reclaim these institutions. We've got to clean them up, we've got to clean them out, and we've got to get them working again for the American people and the rule of law.
How exciting. The idea that Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk can cut $2 trillion, is that doable?
Oh, I hope so. I mean, listen, I'm sure it is, because when I look at the federal budget, when I look at the federal bureaucracy, there is gobs of waste and fraud and abuse, gobs of corruption. We need to root out all of that corruption in all of these agencies. I think this is a generational opportunity. President Trump is the right guy for the job. I hope Congress is up to the task. We've got a lot of work to do.
Waste, fraud, abuse, corruption. That's a great start. And go back to the principle of greater freedom, limited government, something conservatives have been talking about, advocating, for decades. And this seems to be the one opportunity in our lifetime. And I hope it's not blown. And I hope Republicans are united, and because it may be the only chance we have. Senator Hawley, thank you.